The Joy of Arting with Diana Ross.
She's an artistic powerhouse, innovative, daring. Born Diana Annette Ross on May 16, 1963 to Bob Ross in Linda Gold in Anchorage, Alaska, she had a turbulent childhood.
My dad always used to say there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents.
During Bob's rise to public broadcast celebrity, a rift between Diana's parents widened both artistically and emotionally. Fame went to his throne, with her mother, a strict portrait painter, and her father, a whimsical landscape artist. Trouble ensued in their painted paradise.
My parents divorced when I was 16. I remember the evening vividly. I had just finished a painting called Prom Date. It was a fictional depiction of me and Andy Gibb in a typical prom pose holding each other dearly. The plan was I was going to bring this painting with me to prom. However, I did not go to prom. My parents unveiled the tragedy of their divorce the evening of prom, with my prima donna father detailing by painting why my mother was the devil.
As she grew up, Diana was encouraged to only express her feelings through art, not words. She knew there was only one acceptable career to her parents and felt forced into a life in the arts. In 1995, Diana Ross took over the family business to maintain the artistic dynasty and rebooted her late father's PBS painting show, The Joy of Painting, to much success. Diana has had a successful career in art, but she's not satisfied. Something has been missing. Tonight, all that changes.
Hello there, young artistic warriors. I am Bob Ross's daughter, Diana Ross. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Not that Diana. I'm no Princess Di, but rather a natural female. I've been chemical free since 1993 when I gave up the nose candy and stopped wearing deodorant. Tonight will be magical and full of intimacy. Why intimacy? Because into me you see this very Eve. Yes. After a lifetime of artistry, I decided to chuck it all and try my hand at my true passion, investment banking. It's true. My father shunned this world. I realized after hundreds of thousands of dollars in therapy that I was leading the life my parents wanted me to lead. So tonight I escort you through my life's works for one last time. Thank you. My father once said, life is a garden of flowers, and you will bloom when the world is ready to have your nectar, you bitch. So get me another Molson. He was a raging alcoholic. But it's true, I'm ready. I'm ready for you to have my nectar. Especially you, you're really pretty. Follow me as I pollinate your minds with my energy, my soul, and my art for one last time. I bring you to the beginning. I call these drawings my therapy squiggles. From the ages of 3 to 13, I had weekly therapy sessions. Do you notice a common theme? A green blob. One Peter Pan. It's true. It was believed I was shown Mary Martin's Peter Pan too early in life. And I actually did think that Peter Pan was going to break in, steal my shadow and my piggy bank, and take me off to a world of foul-smelling orphan boys. As a tween, I decided, what the hell, let's bring everybody home for a first art exhibit. Peter Pan, kleptomaniac to kidnapper. Mainly so I could sell my art to start my very first stock portfolio. You know, penny stocks, CDs, kid stuff. And I sold 4 paintings, or drawings rather. It was a major success. Until my egomaniac father came home juiced up on whiskey, cough syrup, and failed ratings and decided to point out my lack of technique in each squiggle. And then went on a week-long hunger strike to show his disdain for my elementary work. I was always encouraged by my father, forced to create art, but understood that it would never be as deep as his pieces. It's true, never as deep. It wasn't until my exciting early adulthood that I stopped caring what he thought and created pieces like this. Thank you, Pimento. This is my really helpful assistant, who's mute. He never says no to me, and I love that. Time warped back to 1980 when I was losing my virginity to one Dickie Whitman, whose father was a J.P. Morgan exec that I was hoping to get some insider tips from. Our relationship was my first real love, and it was torn apart when he decided to join the Peace Corps. So to deal with his travels to Papua New Guinea, I crafted this touch and feel boyfriend, a replacement boyfriend. With lifelike hair, skin, you know. Lifelike unmentionables. It wasn't until his unfortunate letter to me breaking up with me that I added liar to his face. I slit both of his wrists. And then I quickly responded with this pleasant retort.
You have no idea the hurt you have introduced into my life. The once carefree world I held on to with such starry-eyed innocence has transformed into one of pain and strife. My wonderful ideas of what love is and could be was now distorted into what I now know as a sheer feeling of hate towards that once beautiful thing of love. My heart will eternally be tortured, and angst as cool teardrops roll across my hot, weathered face. I cannot love again. I am stunned. Thank you.
I used that broken-hearted rage and turned it into a fruitful music career, spawning with my band Crystal Revelations, spawning my #1 feminist radio hit, Raped by Emotion. Is rape funny to you guys? Eventually, that led to a full-length visual and performance art show that got me named in New York Magazine as fastest growing fro in the art business. That validation just left me disgruntled and I felt unfulfilled. Look at that. Later, I took a job as a courtroom artist doing art renderings of troubled celebs to further advance my investment portfolio. Like O.J. Simpson, Anna Nicole Smith, Robert Downey Jr., Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, just to name a few. It was, yes. It was quite lucrative being the courtroom artist stars. Unfortunately, it all ended when I took a few creative liberties with Jack Kevorkian. I was going through a pull-up stage, brought on by the death of both of my parents. Go figure. From that point on, I took a sabbatical from all things drawing and painting, and dabbled in a world where getting plastered was a nightly occurrence. Plaster molds. I was trying to diversify my artistic portfolio this time. Thank you, Pimento. Thank you. Interesting fact, I call him Pimento because when I first met him, he was eating a ham and pimento sandwich. And he's never told me his name. This wonderful piece I call Plastered, and it feels so good. I captured my own female form, recognize it. I wanted to eventually cast it in bronze to symbolize female strength, power, and longevity. I wanted to show a real woman's everyday wears and tears, cellulite, shaving scars, emotional wounds from your parents, stretch marks. I may have never given birth to a child, but I gave birth to each and every pieces of art I created. Unfortunately, during getting plastered, I partook in an herbal chocolate and fell asleep. And unfortunately, I was holding my hand with my buttocks. Something people do as a self-esteem mechanism. Needless to say, the plaster dried, and I was stuck. Hand in hiding. Or how you do me. Thank you, Clemento. Finally, my most famous series. It's my signature technique. Something I learned while backpacking through Mongolia on a tumultuous trip where my parents tried to rekindle their relationship in a Buddhist yurt. Although this technique technically financially fed my addiction to day trading, so it was a good thing. Here's some examples. Would you guys like to see my technique for arting? Great. I'm gonna need a lovely audience member. You're lovely. Why don't you come to the front? Great. Now, it's imperative that you remain in perfect eye contact with me the whole time. Otherwise, our souls won't commune onto this piece of paper. Okay? Okay? I usually draw nude, but I'm gonna imagine it up here. Are you ready? Thank you. You can have a seat. It's like I arted all over her face. You notice I didn't look at the paper once. I didn't want to pollute my art with my vision. Behold my last piece of art ever. To celebrate, let's play a little Native American farewell funeral song with my Native American recorder, Yamaha. Now I may take a financial path and get my MBA in investing at the NYU Stern School of Business. I just got enrolled. Thank you, you artistic voyeurs, for being here with my final moments as Diana Ross, the artist formerly known as Diana Ross, if you will. Farewell and see you in my next carnation.
It's over. Ladies and gentlemen,